I'm actually recording this after I've made 2 of Vincent's recipes from his cookbook, which is enormous. It is a treasury of great recipes. It is the 50th anniversary edition. It is a good 500 or so pages long. The copyright in the first publishing was 1965 for this book, and Vincent and his second wife, Mary, wrote it. I mean, guys, this book is huge. She thick. So, this book is, I always take the dust jackets off my books. I hate them. I hate them, hate them. That's probably a controversial thing, but it's coming off. Now, when I'm cooking with it, I'll put it back on, you know, because of funk and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, it is huge. So, the book was first published in 1965. 2015 was the book's 50th anniversary, and it was reprinted. The book is basically divided into 2 parts. Part of the book, and really the main part of the book, is recipes from hotels and restaurants and eating establishments that Vincent and Mary Price visited during their world travels, during Vincent filming. The plan is to cook this book, cook all of this book. And I would like to take a recipe from a restaurant and a recipe from Vincent's home cooking. That's the second part of the book. So I would like to take a restaurant recipe and a family recipe for each episode. This being the first episode, what I did was I took 2 very simple recipes. One is curried pumpkin seeds, curried roasted pumpkin seeds, which are still roasting right now, and Vincent Price's family iced tea recipe, which I have not tried. Once everything is finished recording, I'll do like a little after thing where I taste. It's just those pumpkin seeds are going to take probably a good hour to roast. And I'm not going to record roasting pumpkin seeds. That's like recording paint drying. The next recipe, I'm jumping just feet first in. I'm going to do a steak recipe and some potatoes. Potatoes, I can cook potato. I am not entirely sure that I've ever cooked a steak. And it's a steak Diane recipe from a restaurant that is or was in Boston. I'll need to look it up for when I do that next video. So I have some ground rules. Number 1, I am not going to cook anything that I perceive as being cuter than me. So no rabbit, no veal, no lamb. Number 2, I'm not going to cook anything that involves tripe. And number 3 is no seafood. Now before everybody goes, wait, what? When I was young, my mother told me, oh, you're allergic to seafood, specifically shellfish. I really believe that the secret to that is that my mother did not like seafood and didn't want to cook seafood, so she just said, oh, you're allergic to it, so she didn't have to cook it. That is my assumption. She is not here to defend herself or say yes, Danae, or no, Danae, but that's my thoughts. So what I'm going to do with those seafood recipes, like I said, I'm going to cook everything in this cookbook. I thought what I could do was maybe see if I could make it with chicken, maybe. Or maybe what I could do is try to vegetarian or veganize it, which is use a meat replacement like tofu or jackfruit or something like that and see how well that might go. I'm going to try to stick to the recipes as much as I can with products that are available to us now in 2021. All right. So the iced tea is a blend of 4 different teas and cinnamon, which I have already broken up, and some cloves. And I don't know how this is going to taste. What I did instead of probably what the recipe really calls for Instead of buying loose tea and spending $40 on making iced tea, I went with nice quality tea bags, and I'm going to cut them open, which I've already cut through all of the mint portion of the tea mix. And I'm going to go ahead and weigh it out according to how he has his tea recipe, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to get the rest of the tea going, open and weighed out and measured, and we will see how that goes. And then the recipe tells you to put 10 teaspoons of the mixture, and that's what you steep. Okay. Tea mixture. I'm going to stir this up. Blend in a can or a canister all of these teas. 2 sticks of cinnamon broken up and 10 cloves. I feel like that's, oh wow. It's not enough clove. Lid. Shake. Yeah, it's not enough clove. You're not going to get clove with all of it. Put 10 teaspoons of the tea mixture into a preheated teapot. Pour over 1 quart boiling water. I am going to do some finger guns and then get some water on the kettle. My God, look at all those tea bags. 10 teaspoons of the tea mixture into a preheated teapot. Let's go. Pour over 1 quart boiling water. So I'm actually going to steep it in this Bodum tea contraption. I'm going to add in more clove. I just don't think that that's enough clove for what I want. What do I know? All right, well, here goes nothing. Okay, there we go, 4 minutes. Pumpkin seeds. This is 2 cups. Recipe calls for 2 cups. So it says, in a saucepan, we're going to mix an amount of the curry powder, warm water, some garlic, salt, and the juice of a lime, which I have right here. Gonna need to cut this lime. This is a lime, Danae. Okay, lime. I like pumpkin seeds. I remember for Halloween, speaking of Halloween and spooky things as such, my mother would roast pumpkin seeds, and they were just the best damn thing. And I don't know what made them special. Honestly, it was probably seasoned salt and MSG. Curry powder, warm water, a clove of garlic, finely minced, and the juice of a lime. When smoothly blended, add a cup of water and heat, stirring constantly until liquid simmers. Put this out. 1/4 of a cup. You know, in hindsight, I should have just started at page 1 and just worked my way through. But I didn't, and that's okay. This is how we're doing it. You know, learning as we go. Here is a note about the iced tea. I'm glad that I added a lot more water to it to dilute it. It tastes like a darker jasmine tea. There's nothing that makes it extraordinary, but also when this tea was made and the recipe developed in 1965, it could have been revolutionary and completely different tasting. Now we have access to all kinds of teas. It's good. I like it. It's a fragrant jasmine black tea. I mean, it's good. And I'll make it until the mixture is gone. But that's pretty much it. I look like I'm sitting in the dark. I guess I kind of am. Okay. The pumpkin seeds, the curry pumpkin seeds are finally done. And you are not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to see that. Now this one is definitely a keeper. If you don't like curry, then that is probably a complete deal breaker. I happen to love curry. These are really, really, really good. It's a winner. So this has been episode number 1. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming on the Treasury of Great Recipes journey with me and my journey of cooking with Vincent Price. And I will see you next week with episode 2, which is going to be Steak Diane and some kind of potato recipe that I actually don't have bookmarked, so I can't look it up. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.